All right, we are live here as the Rangers get. How do we put this? Spanked. That spanked, and I'm not thrilled. I'm not thrilled at all because I, of course, was at that game, right? Because of course, right? Um, and that's why this is starting up so late. So I do apologize, everyone that was waiting, if anyone even was, because not a lot of people like coming here when they lose because of the fact that one, I get pretty pissed off, whether it's rational or not. You be the judge of that. I'm not going to tell you how you feel about what I think. So you be the judge of that. If you're not someone that's feeling at least a tad bit concerned about a couple things for tonight, more power to you. But that's just me right now. Like that's just me because you know what? You know what I had to do tonight? I had to leave the garden. I had to hear in the final minutes at the garden. You know what I heard? You know what I heard? Yeah. Yeah. I had to hear that on the way out. I had to hear that on the way out. I hope that picked up on stream, but regardless, yeah, I had to hear that on the way out. I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out what the problem is, but I can't. I can't figure it out. I can't because what have I been the most annoyed about lately? The lack of consistency. The lack of consistency, and it just is a tale as old as time with this team. And I'm trying to understand why they look like one of the best defensive teams in the sport some nights, and then other nights they are a dumpster fire and they look like they're worse than the rebuilding Rangers on defense. I don't understand how it happens. I don't. And don't get me wrong, Igor Shesterkin's not getting off the hook one bit tonight. Igor was horrible. Horrible. Like, there's no sugarcoating it. His rebound control has been terrible all season long. It's been terrible. And then outside of his rebound control, I mean, oof, with that high glove too. Oof. The high glove just continues to be a problem for this guy. And I don't know. I don't know where the Rangers go from here because this is the guy that's supposed to be your starting goalie. I'm sorry, but at what point do we have the conversation that it's just got to be Quick's net at this point for a bit? I'm sorry. Like, when are we going to get to a point where it's Jonathan Quick's net? Because I don't know how much longer of a leash they could keep giving Igor and how much they could keep trotting him out there before mentally he gets shattered entirely. Because his post-game quotes, oh my God, it's eye-opening. It's scary. And I feel bad for the guy. He's going through a rough stretch, but he said here it is. Sorry. Let me restart here. Igor Shesterkin, this is from Molly Walker. Igor Shesterkin took a deep breath after he was asked how he feels about his game right now. He said, I don't know what to say to you. Sorry. Me neither. Me neither. I don't know what to say either. Other than I'm worried. Like, I was trying so hard, and you guys know it, to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I was trying so hard to stay on the side of he's Igor Shesterkin, he's wired differently than all these other goalies, and he's going to bounce back. He's the least of the problems. He's the least of the concerns. He's one of the best goalies in the league, if not the best, when he's on his game. And I thought he's going to be okay. We're almost midway through December, and he has, like, can we say he stole the Rangers a game? Can we? And I understand that the team has to play better in front of him. Again, both things can be true, but at some point, if Jonathan Quick is stealing games for you, your number one goaltender, who's supposed to be one of the best goaltenders in the league, if not the best, has to steal you a game every now and then. Has to. And I'm not giving up all hope on Igor. I don't want anyone to take it this way. I want to emphasize that too. I don't want anyone to think that this is lose your mind, the world is ending, Igor Shesterkin sucks and he's never going to be good again. I don't want anyone to take it that way. But it's hard to not at least be concerned right now, because this has been a problem now all season long. And whether you want to take stock into it or not, whether you want to say he's still hurt or not, as of right now, this is just not good enough play. And I'm sorry if he's hurt. He has to just sit. He has to just sit at that point and wait until he's healthy, because at this point, I'm sorry, it's hurting the team at this point. It is hurting the team at this point. Him not playing up to par. It really is. He's down to probably like a 9-0 something, like a 905 save percentage tonight after that game. I don't know. I really don't know what to say. I don't. Because I have a lot of concerns right now. I really do. And it just stems back more to the conversation of what I was saying before, where this team it's just wild that they're so inconsistent. I just don't understand it. Like, defense for the past 3 weeks has just been optional for this team, it feels like. It just feels like it's been optional. Actually, longer than 3 weeks. I'm sorry that I made it sound like it was lesser than it is. But regardless, the bigger concern too is the amount they're getting whooped in these losses. The Dallas one, 6-3. Buffalo, 5-1. Ottawa, 6-2. Washington, 4-0. Toronto, 7-3. And then all their wins outside of like 2 of them have been very close games. I don't know. I don't know. I love Laviolette's post-game comments, so I'll tell you that right now. Laviolette was asked if there was any positives to take away after a slow start. He said, I have a difficult time with the positives after a loss, if I'm being honest with you. Good. That's the way it should be. Because no. We shouldn't just applaud them because they're at the top of the standings. The bar should be higher here. The bar should be way higher here. Just like I talked about with what team was it recently? I don't know why I'm blanking entirely tonight on which team it was I'm talking about. But regardless, you cannot. Washington, it was. Washington. I'm sorry, I don't look at the Toronto Maple Leafs coming up on the schedule and say, yeah, that's going to be a very, very tough game. Credit to them. They played a good game tonight, but come on. This is one of the worst defensive teams in hockey, and it's known that they are. Was the offense all too horrible? I mean, the first period, they were mediocre at best. Outside of that, yeah, but Martin Jones was in net. And why did it take this team so long to test the guy? Like, it took until late in that second period for them to actually get some good chances on him. But then you get to the defense. I mean, 12 high danger chances against. Man, what are we doing? What are we doing? The post-game comment that aggravated me, though, tonight was Ryan Lindgren. Ryan Lindgren's post-game comment pissed me off tonight. I'll be honest. And again, you're entitled to your own opinion, but this is just me. So I don't even know what he was asked about, but he says that penalty, I guess clearly the penalty that occurred before the 5th goal, but he said that penalty, I think, is a horrible call. I hate to tell you, and I hate to be the one, you got whooped in your own building. You got whooped in your own building, had to leave that building hearing. So I don't give you the benefit of the doubt for that call there. I'm sorry, I just don't. If they lost by 1 or 2 goals, maybe I'll be like, all right, because yeah, it was a bad call. We'll be real here. But you mean to tell me that was the difference in the game? Not you guys no showing in the first period, not the lack of testing Martin Jones at points in this game. And then, I mean, don't even get me started on that first period, though. That first period was horrendous, but there was just so much that pissed me off. Oh, and don't get me started on the Mika Zibanejad thing. The Mika Zibanejad thing. So Jake McCabe just levels Ryan Lindgren. Clean hit, though. Clean hit. And he jumps in to fight. I'm sorry. I get you want to stick up for your teammate. Doing that at that point in the game, man. Come on. You're down by 2. You still have a chance to win. And you put the Leafs back on the power play. They didn't score, fine. But that's 2 extra minutes you would have had maybe at 5v5 to get back into this thing. Come on. And then we get to the players tonight, like individually, and it's just, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start because it's just, you go up and down the list, and it's just infuriating. If you want to start with the positives, Adam Fox had one of his best games probably since coming back from an injury, arguably his best game since coming back from injury. He looked so good on both sides of the puck. There was like one little play that he made during the game. I don't remember when it was. I think it was the 3rd period. Might have been the 2nd. I don't remember. But regardless, Adam Fox, he looked... No, it was like the end of the 2nd when Toronto had a rush coming, and then he broke up the play. Adam Fox had a fantastic game. I'm glad that he had that, but let's hope that that could be consistent. Blake Wheeler. He had a good game. This guy, though, is on his way to earning the Alex Rodriguez title of the New York Rangers in terms of the fact that he shows up when the team gets killed. He does. But good for Blake Wheeler. If you want to try and say it, maybe this is the game that gets him going. I don't know. Let's hope. Well, one could hope, but do I have faith in that? If we're being real, I really, really don't, but we could hope. We could hope. For the sake of being optimistic, we could hope. But Blake Wheeler had a good game. Ryan Lindgren had a better game, but how much of that is Adam Fox being so good? You know? That first line was like okay in general, because I thought defensively they were horrible. Like Blake Wheeler on one of those goals, I wanted to vomit. I wanted to vomit with the back check effort. Hey, you know what? Isn't it bad when your fourth line's the one producing the most chances? Doesn't that tell you that you had a rough night when Blake Wheeler and the fourth line are the ones generating the best chances? Because that tells me that it wasn't a great night. The second line, hooray to puck possession, but they were not good enough in their own end. And like, where's the scoring chances from them? Like, great, you could possess the puck. Great, you're good on the forecheck. When are we going to start seeing it generate the shots? Because Panarin wasn't shooting the puck enough tonight. Lafreniere, underratedly, like we're not talking about, has been invisible lately. Lafreniere has been invisible lately. He has 1 goal in the last 13 games, I believe I saw. I'll fact check that right now, but he's underratedly been very, very invisible lately. Yeah, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1 goal in the last 13 games for Lafreniere. Not going to cut it. Not going to cut it. And then you get to the defense, and I don't even want to. I don't even know where to start. Keandre Miller, I hope that he's okay because he was out for personal reasons. So Zach Jones comes back into the lineup. And what do you know? The Jones-Schneider pair was not good yet again. Braden Schneider, I don't know what to say about him right now. I really don't. I'm getting to a point where it's just like, how much longer of a leash does he have? How much longer of a leash does he have? Jones, he can't be the 7th defenseman come the trade deadline. Like come the trade deadline, no way. No way. Nope. Can't do it. He can't even give you serviceable defense. He just can't do it. Gustafsson, lately he's been looking like a guy that signed the $800K, hasn't he? Hasn't he? It's pretty unfortunate. And then Jacob Trouba, I wanted to vomit from his game tonight. I did, because everyone was applauding him because he dove and he had the block. How about let's also mention that his terrible pinch led to that opportunity. And then you have on one of the goals, what was up with his gap control there? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I didn't even get to the goals. Like, I'm not even in the mood to break this thing down play by play because I pretty much did. Like, I'll break down the goals though. So Toronto would make it 1-0 in the first. Wheeler with a terrible penalty coming up. It was a delayed penalty. Then Gustafsson and Wheeler proceed to get walked by William Nylander. Trouba, for whatever reason, does not see Matthews going for the pass across. Doesn't see Matthews. And yeah, the pass across goes to him. He scores 1-0. Won't be the first time we mention Austin Matthews tonight. Then it would be 2-0 not too long after, as Connor Timmins with a shot off of the draw, and very stoppable for Igor. Was there a slight screen? Yeah, there was. But he had time. And he was completely guessing. Then the Rangers would make it 2-1 a little bit after. Kreider in front with a shot stop. The rebound goes to Wheeler across, and he scores. Blake Wheeler, a little bit of a weird goal, but you take it. And when it was 2-1, I was like, all right, they're still in this game. There's a lot of time left. And sure enough, I mean, it didn't look pretty the first period. And then late in the period, Leafs would make it 3-1. They get a great shift because heaven forbid the Rangers break the puck out. I'm looking at you, Braden Schneider. I'm looking at you, Zach Jones. And Tavares had a chance, and Igor leaving juicy rebounds. Yarncroke in front, and he ends up scoring 3-1. Then it's 4-1 because Mitch Marner gets a backdoor chance just to tap in. I didn't even really see fully the goal because I'm too busy jotting down what happened on the goal that just happened. But all I know is that Gustafsson had a terrible turnover, and Trouba just didn't close his gap at all. And they looked horrible that first period. No way around it. Second period, it's bad. You know what? It's bad. Could I be honest with you guys about something? It was 4-1. The Rangers played arguably their worst period. I had hope. I did. I had hope. Despite it being 4-1, for whatever reason, there was this part of me inside that was like, they're going to come back and win this game. It's going to be an ugly win, but they're going to come back and win this game. And they had multiple chances in the second period to really, really come out and potentially do that. Benino had a breakaway chance, couldn't even get a good shot off. Pitlick had a chance alone. He got stopped on that. Trocheck had a chance at the doorstep. McCabe broke it up. Goudreau had a shot that was stopped in the slot. The Rangers got a power play. And Mika Zibanejad with the one-timer from Panarin, 4-2. The Rangers followed up with their second line getting great chances. They couldn't score, but Igor makes what could have been the game-changing save here on McMahon. The Rangers come the other way, and Wheeler snipes it, 4-3. Rangers continue to get opportunities after that. Their third line had some chances. A rush came the other way, but again, Fox broke that up. I truly thought, I was like, wow, 4-3. I thought they were going to do it. I thought they were going to do it. And then, no. You had Trouba that got caught in that pinch. The odd man rush came. Igor made a stop, and then Trouba with that block, but Gustafsson went off for interference. And people argue that this was the game-changing moment. No. It was a bad call, but no. Because the Rangers played hard in that third period regardless. They allowed 6 high-danger chances at 5v5 alone. I'm not applauding you and saying that that penalty was the difference in the game. You're not getting that benefit of the doubt from me. They kept making mistakes. Jones and Schneider leave Marner alone in front. Igor has to make a stop there. And then, like I said, you had Mika who ended up taking that penalty, which just wasn't good. And then it became 6-3, and that was pretty much it. Igor had a big stop on the rush, and it didn't matter. Matthews had multiple chances. Trouba, why throw the body on him? 6-3, and then Kampf got the empty netter. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say that hasn't been said already. Outside of it just is what it is. Just is what it is, and you hope that they could bounce back against Anaheim, but even then, I'm not going to be entirely moved. Like I said, I'm not going to be entirely moved in either direction until they show me that they could play a consistent game. Until they show me they could play consistently, because as of right now, nope. They're now what? 1, 2, 3, 4, or no, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're 4-4 in their last 8. Four and 4 in their last 8. I just don't understand why this team cannot play consistently. I'm having a hard time understanding. I really am. It's just upsetting. Because I just can't understand it. I can't understand how they look so good defensively on some nights, and then other nights they just, like I said, they just look awful. It makes zero sense. Makes sense. The coffee tasted horrible after tonight. I refuse to even I tried my hardest to just decompress after that. I'm still going to be pissed off. I'm going to be staring at the ceiling tonight thinking about Jacob Trouba's terrible gap control. about Igor Shesterkin not being able to have any sort of rebound control, Braden Schneider being horrible at the sport, among other things. I'm going to be staring at the ceiling thinking about these things tonight. And one more thing before I get to the chat. This might sound like an overreaction. This might. And I'll admit that this is a stretch, and this is probably not going to happen anyway. Let me know what you think in chat, or if you're watching on replay too. Would you guys agree that maybe the Rangers should just call up, while they have cap space, just call up Louis Domingue or call up Dylan Garand and just let Igor watch from the press box for a game or two? Just to clear his head, maybe. Just to maybe clear his head. Or to even watch from home. Be at home. Maybe that's ridiculous. Maybe I'm overreacting, but you might have to do something to get his head straight. It's getting to that point. Before I get to the chat, please be sure to leave a like on the stream if you have not already. We have almost 40 of you in the post-game show here, so if you have not left a like, I would appreciate it. We're only at 13, so let's get there. Let's get to 40, and then as well, subscribe if you have not already. We're on the road to 2K. Follow me on Twitter as well if you have not already. I appreciate all of our donators, super chatters, members, all of that. I appreciate every single one of you, and also turn on your notifications. By the way, also, I'll plug it because I haven't in a while for whatever reason, but do you guys want to get yourself to a game? I know that they're not necessarily playing consistently, but why not do it the best way possible if you are looking to go to a game by using my friends over at TickPick? The link in the description is an affiliate code for me. You don't really save anything except for money in your account from the fees, because TickPick has 0 fees on their website. I don't unfortunately have a discount there. If you do want to give me a discount code, TickPick, I will definitely approve of that. But for now, you could support me by using the affiliate link in the description. So I would appreciate all of that. Either way, you are saving money because TickPick is the best way to buy tickets. It's the only way to buy tickets. That's how you should, because of the fact that, again, there's no fees, and that is how you save money. So go check my friends over at TickPick out. But let's get to the chat and see what my friends in the chat have to say, because I appreciate all of you that show up, win or lose. You guys are awesome. I am worried about poor Shesty. He is either playing hurt or can't see the puck. I agree. Phantom IR, Igor, and call up Domingue. He needs a break. I agree. I'd agree. The inconsistent efforts from this team is really concerning. Or defensive efforts from this team is really concerning. They put in a really solid defensive effort against the Kings, and then they throw everything out the window the next game. Like I said multiple times, the story of this core seems to be inconsistency, and that's why I'm worried. Like that's why I react the way I do to games, because, like I keep saying, we're in year 5 of this core, and they're on their 3rd coach, and we just don't see the consistency. You have a right to be pissed, Evan. You bleed blue and love this team and paid good money for this crap show. I'm worried too. 100 coaches later, and our core vets will be inconsistent. Bingo. Thank you for that. And yeah, I mean, you have the right to be pissed too. Everyone does. Whether you spent money on the game or not, everybody has the right to be pissed off about what we've seen the past few weeks. But yeah, it's just, again, I don't know. I don't understand. The only thing, again, I could hang my hat on is the fact that it's December and that this team could get hot and start playing consistent hockey down the stretch. But it's just also concerning that we're in December already. Like, how are you not fully adjusted to the system where you're playing good hockey night in, night out? Because, again, I'll say it too, and I'll emphasize it. You're not going to play 100% in your best effort night in and night out. It's impossible. There's a reason teams don't go 82-0. But in the losses, like at least show me effort. Like show me like get into a defensive battle, like get into a close game and show me that you could at least play good hockey or at least respectable. And, it's like, okay, you tip your cap to the other team. They just slightly outplayed you and you'll get them next time. But we're not seeing that. Every time they lose, it feels like a Gerard Gallant hockey game. It's just that simple, where there's no effort on the defensive side of the puck, or they allow another team to come back in the game and blow it. Hence the Minnesota loss, or i.e. the Minnesota loss, if I want to be technical about that. But yeah. Nick, I'm going to give you the answer because we have the answer now. We had the question last year. Now we have the answer, at least as of now with the way that they're playing. It's the team. It's the team. We're 3 coaches in. We're 3 coaches in with this core. I'm sorry, but you stop getting the benefit of the doubt from me. 3 coaches in here. And I said it when they hired Laviolette. This core. They're on their last leash here. The leash is getting shorter. I would even dare and go as far to say that perhaps the leash might get shorter on someone from the top. Because we know that this owner does not like losing. We know it. Yep, that's what happens when you play 20 minutes of hockey. Has Igor been great this year? No. However, he must be so frustrated that the team plays well in front of Quick and not him. This is basically the Mets not giving DeGrom run support. Yeah. Yeah, but again, like you said, it's a mix of both. Yeah, kudos to Wheeler, I guess. He did have a good game. I gotta give him credit when he does because I rip him when he doesn't. Igor's high glove exposed and now has led to him playing poor rebound control and now positioning issues. Yeah. Yeah. To be fair, Vasi isn't playing that good either. Playoffs, he will be fine. I'll believe it when I see it, but I'll believe it when I see it. Igor needs to sit and stay until he gets in the game. He looks like a backup that's injured. Get on your game. 31. A lot of Igor slander here tonight. A lot of Igor slander here tonight, which I expected. Wish we had more options on defense because guys like Schneider and Jones shouldn't be seeing the ice. It doesn't help either when you're supposed to get when your supposed top guys like Trouba, Gustafsson, and Lindgren play bad. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about all of that. I mean, like I've been saying, I still feel that they need to add a defenseman or two at the deadline. I really do. Like, I'm sorry, Braden Schneider does not move me at all. And then Ryan Lindgren on the top pair doesn't move me still. Yeah. Yeah. Igor has allowed 15 goals in his last 3 starts. Yep. I mean, I wouldn't say they made a third stringer look like Hasek. Like, Jones made some good saves, but let's not pretend that the Rangers tested him all too much. Agree. If we were losing close games like 3-2 and 2-1, I would have an easier time dealing with it. However, losing and getting blown out consistently is not a good sign at all. Yeah, not only that, but the fact that when they win games, it's very close games, like outside of the Kings one where they played so good defensively and dominated. Lately, it's been a lot of close games that are wins, like against Detroit and other just teams that don't move me and you're supposed to be better than. Yikes. Yeah, Schneider and Jones are not good. Schneider and Jones are not good. Problem is that there's no one really to call it from Hartford. Yeah. Yeah, they should have. They should have traded for Eichel. The only thing I can maybe give Drury the benefit of the doubt there for is that supposedly the Pagolas were very stubborn about letting him be traded to the Rangers. But Matthew Tkachuk was available. Why don't you pivot there? No excuse not to. Turnovers in the neutral zone and being outskated. Not just turnovers in the neutral zone, turnovers in their own end. They couldn't break the puck out of their own end at all tonight. They couldn't. Yeah. Again, don't understand. Don't understand why Mika Zibanejad decided to do this when you're down by 2 and it was a clean hit. Kreider hasn't done jack shit this year at all that has moved me. He's not even like tipping pucks in at the same rate as normal. I'm sorry. Chris Kreider's not moving me at all this year. He's not. He's pissing me off. No, Schneider cannot be the 16 man, in my opinion. I can't envision Schneider being this the 16 man if this team is serious about winning. Schneider has the worst gap control on the team. Yeah. Yeah, he does. He does. He doesn't do like there's nothing that wows me about his game at all. Like what am I missing that people see in this guy? The occasional hit that he'll throw, the occasional fight he'll get into. Whoopee. He truly is a baby Trouba. Has brutal gap control and just isn't good. Like the metrics back up too that he's just not good. Like I don't know what people are seeing. I don't. Like occasionally he'll have a good game, but his like the breakout passes from him too are just horrible. That dude cannot break the puck out of his own end at all. Can't. It's not possible. He makes too many stupid decisions with the puck on the breakout. He'll either try to backhand it behind the net and the forechecker will intercept it, or he'll just turn it over and try to force a stretch pass and it will just be taken over at the blue line and then odd man rush comes the other way. And yeah, he makes terrible pinches too on top of that. He's got a box of rocks for brains. I said when they were down 4-1 that they were going to come back and win the game. I'm truly that much of a sucker. Great question. I've been asking this question for a bit now. Best player on the team at the moment? Quick. I guess. No one else is consistent. I guess you guys agree in the chat that they should do that for Igor. And yeah, yes, this is the comment. At what point is it the player's fault and not the coach's? Do I think Gerard Gallant was a good coach? Not really. I still think he's a fraud, but I'm going to have to owe him at least somewhat of an apology here. And along even with David Quinn, like I'm going to owe both of these guys a small apology, not a full one, a small apology if this team continues on this trajectory. I don't know why I struggled to think of the word there, but yeah, I'm gonna owe them somewhat of an apology because this team, like this comment says, consistency is not in this team's DNA. It's just not. They take periods off, they take nights off sometimes, and this is what happens. This is what happens, and again, it's a tale as old as time. It's not Beauty and the Beast, but it's New York Rangers hockey this time, though. That the tale that's old as time. Thank you for that, me. I appreciate that. That you like my mustache. I do appreciate that because I don't know. Like I don't know if I like it. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I don't. But I'm rocking it anyway. I'm gonna rock it anyway. I don't know if you're asking if the Rangers should extend Igor by this question, but to me, it's still too early to make that call. Because for all we know, he could bounce back, but it's going to be like this. No. No. Yeah. I agree that this team's poorly constructed too. I agree that this team's poorly constructed. Like, I'm sorry, there's been multiple NHL caliber guys on the waiver wire, and the Rangers just refuse to make moves or just even like trades. There's been a few trades. Why are the Rangers not proactive on that front? Like, you have so many guys that are injured. You gotta make some sort of a move. You gotta make some sort of a move. Like, I get that you're in first place, so you don't want to mess things up, but I hate to break it to you. This team's not been playing consistently. At what point do you make some sort of change? This team's lacking a true goal scorer. This team's lacking a very, very true goal scorer. Because I want to throw my phone across the room when I'm watching Nick Bonino get breakaways, and I just know he's not going to score because it's Nick Bonino. It's never the team, it's the coaches sometimes, yes, but we are playing trash with zero effort. I don't know if you're blaming Laviolette for this now, but I'm not going to blame Laviolette right now. I'm not, because clearly there's something going on with this group of players. Like, the fact that, again, we're 3 coaches in and this team is not playing consistent hockey. Our team has all talent but no heart. I agree with this too. There's a lot of guys that I question the heart of some of the guys on this team, and I've been questioning that for years now, dating back to the 2021-22 season in particular. Dating back to then, I've had questions, and especially last year with the leadership group when they had that horrific start. Sorry, just doing something right now. Um, let's say too easy for a talented team like that getting stick checked instead of taking the body. Yep. They're paying Igor 5.6 million right now. And yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Gordon and JD don't get off the hook. They made a lot of questionable decisions, but lately, I'm going to be honest, more of the questionable ones have been coming a lot from Chris Drury. Like, although I don't know, like the Truba contract's their fault. The Goudreau contracts, I still question if that was Sather more than Drury, so I don't know, but the Mika contract right now does not look great for a guy that just doesn't produce 5v5, but yeah, I don't know. And yeah, JD was freaking, he was like a kid in that war room when they picked Braden Schneider. I mean, they have a viable 2/3C. He's just hurt, unfortunately. If Igor expects to get Vasi money, he could go somewhere else. I've been in agreement with that for a while, even when he was playing well. Like, I get that's hard to get a goalie like that, but look at what Aiden Hill is doing. If you just play good in front of your goaltender, it goes a long way. This is a similar situation they were in with their stretch last year, November and December. Yeah, the only difference is they're getting a little more wins to mask the issues. Yeah, he does want to get paid more. Um, Good question. I mean, this team truly needs both help on the blue line and help in the goal scoring department up front, because I don't like this team desperately needs someone that's going to shoot the puck. That Martin Jones was not tested enough tonight. And the fact that this team let Frank Vetrano walk, I can't. I'm sorry, I'm harping on it. I can't take it. Like, I can't. The fact that the Leafs looked more alive than us even after playing last night is extremely disappointing. That too, I forgot to mention. Yeah, can't believe I forgot to mention that. It looked like the Rangers were playing the back to back. I was there tonight. Brutal, brutal. You and I both. You and I both were there, unfortunately. And unfortunately, I stayed until the end because I refuse to leave the building until the final horn sounds. I just do. We have a valuable asset like Benoit Allaire. I'm confident if you give him a reliable goalie, he could turn him into a really good option. Very fair point, too. Yeah, Jones had a cakewalk. I agree. Drury has made too many mistakes. They're not going to trade Othman. I don't think so, but I'll be honest. I've been on the train to let Othman just let him over marinate and let him develop in Hartford. But at some point, you might need a spark plug here. Like at some point, you might just have to let the kid play because I don't know what else to do here. Like I don't know what else they could do here. You might just have to let him play. This team truly needs a spark up front. Love that Kane trade. He really did a lot for us. I'm scared the same is going to happen with Soto and the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees will at least make an effort probably to bring back Juan Soto, unlike the Rangers did with Kane. Because, like I said before, the Rangers, for whatever reason, decided like multiple times to just let right wingers go at will. They let Pavel Buchnevich go for basically nothing. They let Kane go. They let Tarasenko go. They let Vetrano go. Anytime they get a good right winger, they just let him go. Is Igor injured mentally or physically or both? He can't shake a bad goal off once the game went 5-3. I knew it was over. That part I agree with, that I knew it was over when it was 5-3. In terms of Igor's play being a mental or physical thing, I think mentally he's definitely rattled. Like that post game, breaking sticks. Yeah, he's rattled. He's mentally not there right now. But physically, I don't know. I only Igor Shesterkin and potentially the Rangers training staff have that answer. Unfortunately, we don't. But like I said, if he is hurt physically, I mean, either way, he should be sitting. He really needs to be sitting regardless. Unfortunately, better beat the Ducks on Friday. Yeah, better. Wow, the Blues just fired Craig Berube. Wow, that's unreal. I'm sorry, that's completely unrelated, obviously, to the Rangers. I had a feeling he was going to get fired at some point this year, but unjustifiably so, still. Like, unjustifiably so, but wow, Craig Berube has been fired. That's a bad decision by the Blues. Bad decision. I digress, though. I'll get back to the Rangers here. I apologize. Heedle's goals and explosiveness is being missed. Yep. I don't think Gallant's getting hired. They named an interim head coach. I doubt they're going to just pick a guy off the market. Although if they do it, Bruce Boudreau maybe. 2014 was enjoyable, I guess. Just heartbroken at the end, but I guess we could say that in a few weeks. That was 10 years ago. Damn. Man, I miss those old teams. I do. Really do. Yeah, I agree. Like I didn't agree with the decision. I said last night that I thought that Igor would get the nod. I didn't agree with the decision though. Like or not last night, whenever their last game was. I don't know why I'm blanking. But regardless, yeah, I didn't think starting Igor tonight made sense, but I had a feeling he wouldn't. They went with it. But we're almost an hour in, so I'm going to wrap up the post game show here. I really do appreciate everybody that tuned into it. You guys are the best. You guys are great. But I'm going to wrap it up. Don't forget to leave a like on the post game show if you have not already. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on your notifications as well if you haven't. I do appreciate, again, every single one of you that stopped by, especially for a full hour of me talking and rambling. Good venting session. And I didn't shout this time. I guess decompressing did help a bit, but yeah, let's hope that they could find a way to turn this thing around against Anaheim. But thank you guys so much. Yeah, have a good night. Let's go Rangers.